What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Nate Rodriguez, and in today's video, what I'm going to be explaining to you guys, as you guys seen in the title, is support and resistance. Now, the reason support and resistance is very important is because it's a confluence. It is something that will help you understand the probability being higher or lower for something to happen in the market, pretty much, in the most simplest terms. That is really what it helps you a lot with. It helps you look at the past and understand what is going to happen in the future. So, for example, support and resistance, what I prefer is zones. A lot of people sometimes use lines, but support and resistance is better off put on as a zone because it's an area where price rejected. It's an area where price may reject in the future. It's an area that price may either go up from or might go down from. And it's sort of the same thing as supply and demand zones. It's pretty much the same exact thing. It's just some people make them zones smaller, and your support and resistance can be on multiple time frames. So it could be either bigger zones or smaller zones. And the more times it's tested and it rejects, the more valid it is, in my opinion. So, and which has been working for me. So support and resistance would be like this. So we would say a zone, right? You guys all see this box here, right? So support and resistance, this will be an area of support when price is on it and it's bouncing and it's going up every time it hits it. That would be an area of support when price is on top of the zone, just rejecting. It's supporting the price. It's like a floor. Price is not breaking through this. It's support. Now, the opposite of this will be resistance. Okay? So resistance will be this area right here. The same exact box. You can change the color if you want, but I wouldn't. And that would just be when price is rejecting an area like this. It continues to reject. And a lot of times resistance means price is going to go down. If price is hitting an area of resistance and rejecting, it's going down. If price is hitting an area of support and rejecting, it's going up. So this will be also a demand zone, you could call. My handwriting is garbage, but that would be a demand zone pretty much. And you probably can't even read it because the screen is mirrored, but that would be a demand zone. And pretty much it's every time price comes to that zone, it rejects in the opposite direction, and it's like a roof. If I could correlate it to anything, it would be a roof. And support, if I could correlate it to anything, it would be a floor, obviously, because it gives you that support. So a way that you could use this to understand what is going to happen in the market is for support, for example, if you have a support zone going through price and price is respecting it, and price goes up and price comes down, and price goes up and price goes down. So in this situation, if you see that price was here before and it shot up, and then price came here again and it shot up, out of probabilities, what would you expect to happen next? If the past two times price came to this area, it shot up, what would you expect to happen the third time? You would expect price to shoot up. Okay, same exact thing for resistance. If price came to this area and shot back down, if price came to this area and shot back down, if price came to this area, what are you expecting? You're expecting for price to shoot back down. So from this area, we would expect sells to happen. And if, depending on how new you are, you want to sell from that area. Depending on how new you are, you want to buy from the support area. Simple as that. Support and resistance is really very simple. You just need to look at it very simply. It's not very complicated. Don't make it complicated because it's only going to hurt you in the end. Now, a way that you can see support and resistance working in a sense when support is broken or resistance is broken would be like this. So, say that you have price coming to this area, right? And it rejects. And it rejects. And it rejects. And then on the fourth time, it just breaks through. Right? Wow, that's crazy. Like every time it came, it rejected, but this time it broke through. Now, what you're going to be expecting, because it got broken through, you're going to be expecting a retest of that area. So a lot of times, whenever anything is broken, whenever structure is broken, like I told you guys in the structure video, whenever support is broken, whenever a trend line is broken, I'll talk about that in the future video. You always want to see a retest. That is how you confirm that what you believe is going to happen is going to happen. That's how you confirm that the change of structure is going to happen, because just because it broke this area doesn't mean it has to continue to go up. It could break this area and it could shoot right back through here. But in this example, we're going to have it go back up. So price comes to this area, just for example purposes. It breaks the structure highs. Remember I told you guys about structure, breaking structure. And it also broke a support zone. So what the support does is it groups together a whole bunch of structures. And this could be weeks apart, months apart. It depends on how big your support is. So it doesn't just have to be this high right here could be an hour high. And then this was a high from a week ago. And you just see that continuously every time in this area, price rejected, and now finally it broke above this area, and now it retested here. So now if we get a retest and we see some rejection from this area, what are we going to be expecting? We're going to be expecting price to shoot up. So that's an example where resistance was broken, it got turned into support, and then it shot up because the support was validated, it was justified, and it shot price up. Now the same exact thing could happen in the opposite situation. So now I'm not even going to draw that all over again. Look at the wiseness right there. You feel me? Price is hitting the support continuously, hitting the support continuously, hitting the support continuously. Eventually, it breaks the support. It breaks the structure as well. It comes in, it retests that area. Now what can we expect? We have rejection from this area, it retests. What can we expect? We can expect price to fall, just like that. It's very simple. Support and resistance can be drawn on every single time frame. It can be drawn on the 1 hour, on the 2 hour, on the 3 hour, on the 4 hour, on the daily. I really don't do the daily. I usually do the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the 30 minute, and the 15. That's the only time frames I really mess with. Sometimes I might go into the 5, but I'm not drawing any support on the 5. Now, another thing that I want you guys to understand is support and resistance both act differently on different time frames. So on the 15-minute time frame, the support and resistance is going to be weaker. But on the 4 hour, the support and resistance is going to be stronger, because on the 4 hour, it's not going to be hit as many times. So on the 4 hour, if price rejects off this area, comes up, it's not coming down that same exact day. You get what I'm saying? So it's going to come down maybe 2 weeks later, and it rejects again. And then later on again, it rejects and it goes up. Now a 5-minute or a 15-minute support and resistance, now that can come and hit this a million times. And if you sit here and relate it to some ice, okay, say some ice is on the floor. Ice is you're on a lake and you're standing on the ice, and you continuously jump on the ice over and over and over again. Eventually it's going to break. Same thing as a roof for resistance, for example. If you continuously punch a roof, continuously punch a glass roof, eventually that roof will break. So 4 hour, a lot of times, number one, it's had a lot more structure, stronger structure. Higher time frame structures are harder to break. So when they're coming, they're not going to break easily. It's going to take a while for them to break. But minor structures, they come down to the same area a million times, and at the same time, they're making up those higher time frame structures. So they're going to break and move and shift in shape and change direction way faster than a higher time frame structure would. So just like how we seen it here, it will be the same exact thing for a resistance. Let me clear this off so you guys can see better. So same thing with resistance. We have a resistance zone here. Price continuously hits it. I'll say that's the 4 hour. It's not gonna break as easily. And when it does break, it's not gonna retest as easily. It might break through, come up pretty high, then eventually, maybe a week later, it will come back down. So that's the difference between the higher time frames. But ultimately, what you need to understand is, if you understand from a trading perspective that price is coming to a 15-minute support or it's coming to a 4 hour support, now which support do you believe is going to be upheld more likely? What is the higher probability? You have the 15-minute support, which is this line, or you have the 4 hour support, which is this line. Which one do you believe will be maintained most likely? Not the 15-minute. The 15 may be maintained, but 9 times out of 10, the 4 hour is going to be the actual structural support is going to be maintained more likely, because bigger time frame structures and supports take a lot more time to get broken rather than minor structures, because these are hit 1,000 times and these may be hit 1, 2, 3 times. So out of them 3 times, it's going to reject, because that's what happened the past 3 times. I hope I said this very easily. I hope I said this very simply for you guys. I don't want to make it complicated. I want it to be very simple so you guys can understand it, study it, and implement it into your own trading. If you guys have any questions, comment down below. I'll be answering every single question. And if you guys want to learn anything else, if you guys have any other topics that you want clarity on, just type them down below in the comment section. I'll get to them as soon as I possibly can, and I'll make a video about them for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, show some love if you enjoyed, if you felt like you got some value from this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.